Hello, guys. How are you? So we are going through crazy times, don't you think? And this week, we are starting a week, but we are starting also a new book from the 5 books of Moses. And this time we're talking about the chapter of Devarim. And we know that every week is affected from another type of energy. This week is affected from the story. It's the beginning of the story that was rewritten by Moses about all the travel of the Israelite in the desert. And it says that Moses is telling this story in 70 languages. So the question, why should he write all over the story for one big book that will repeat the story that we read? And why he need to translate it into 70 different languages? Isn't it like a thing that is related to the Israelite in the desert? Isn't it just a story from the history? Well, no. We know that everything that was written in the 5 books of Moses is a tool. It's an injection of energy, of consciousness that is a use for us today to elevate ourselves and to be in a different place. So we are in special times. We are in times that, yes, people are more expressing themselves. If it is online, if it is in manifestation, we don't always agree with what's happening in the different things. And it's okay to express ourselves. But then there's something else that comes in. We get confused. We get confused by, the fact that I think different, so then I hate you. This is not where it should go. And I heard one of the teachers saying, if one of us needs to win, so both of us lost. And that's a very strong sentence, So how do we do that? How do we do that? The secret is really here in this portion. That's what the Israelite had to do in the desert. Imagine those people walking together, and if they miss the point and get into a fight or get into a manifestation against Moses or something in that kind, like they try to do, they lose power. They become weak. Again, no problem to express our opinion, a problem to hate the other. And that's what we want to learn. And what are the tools that will help us in order to strengthen ourselves and to keep ourselves in the connection with the light of the Creator without entering ourselves or putting ourselves in danger zone. And the goal is, in one hand, to keep our uniqueness. On the other hand, is to be capable to bridge with our surrounding. And the first secret on which a Kabbalistic secret on which we want to talk of, by one of the righteous Rav Ashlag, the one that started the Kabbalah Centre in 1922 and wrote the translation of the Zohar and many other books that explain all the technology of life in such a simple way and such a tangible way. When we read the books of Rav Ashlag, it's like he's talking about today. And we're talking about 1922. So imagine, 100 years passed by, situation is the same. The DNA is the same. So the first secret we are talking about is the secret of time. And Rav Ashlag is telling us, guys, you think the time is separated between past, present, and future. No, it's not like this. It's all eternal. It's all endless. Why and how? It's all included at one. The thing is, how do I experience it in that way? It depends on me. It starts with the fact when I'm doing an action, could be a restriction, could be a sharing. Yes, when I'm overcoming a tendency of mine to scream, a tendency of mine of running away, a tendency of mine to hide behind the scene, a tendency of mine to show how much I'm right in everything. All type of natural tendency, robotic tendencies, right? So whenever I'm managing to overcome my habitual tendency, every time I'm doing an action of sharing towards my friend, towards the humanity, doesn't matter. Like each time I'm revealing a certain energy, at that time I am gluing, I'm connecting into the system of all the lights that existed from the beginning of time to endless. So imagine that when we're doing that kind of revelation of light, that light that we reveal, it's not to add some kind of light to the world. It really allows me to activate all the lights from the creation until the future. So that's the first power that we gain in this portion, is really through our actions of sharing, restriction, change, to remember that I'm gluing at that time, and to allow ourselves also to penetrate into that system of endless eternity and not fragmentation that has to do with the essence of this physical time, this physical life. Okay? And by doing this, I'm allowing myself to enjoy the blessings that the world has to give me. So the first question to ourselves this week, what am I going to do in order to create a change? Create a change in my life, create a change in my surrounding. Am I going to affect in some ways? Yes, if it's like to care about someone else, if it is to share in different ways, my time, my talent, my treasure. Yes, how I'm going to affect my surrounding, how I'm going to go out from my robotic nature. And remembering, doing that, I will inject myself into that eternity system that will allow me to connect to all the blessings that existed in the world from the beginning of time. The second point that Michael Berg would always say, that appreciation is the vessel for the blessings to come. And this is something very powerful. We cannot receive more if we don't appreciate what we have today. To want more, always good. The problem is that many times when wanting more, we forget what we have and we neglect what we have. If we don't pay attention to what we have, if we don't appreciate what we have, we cannot have more. So the second thing is appreciation. The second secret, to appreciate what I have, to appreciate what I have inside of me, to appreciate what I have in my surrounding, to appreciate what I see in my friend, to appreciate in the one that is not my friend. What am I appreciating in that person? Accumulating more and more points of appreciation, it will protect me. It will protect me from shrinking my vessel, and it will open me for the next blessings to come. So here, stop for a second and write down all the things that you are appreciating in your life and what will help you to appreciate more and not to forget to appreciate. The third thing is something very beautiful. And again, it talks about friendship and it talks about people. And the idea of when two people appreciate each other, love each other, and they have, strong relationship between them, or any type of relationship, they create an energy, a new entity, a new angel. Such a beautiful thing. So imagine when you are working in harmony with your colleague at work, in between you, you have a new energy there, a new angel. When you are studying from the words of the Rav or the Michael Berg or Monica or Karen, you are connecting to them. You created an angel between you and them. When you read into the Zohar, you're connecting to Rabbi Shimon. When you're reading from the writings of Rav Ashlag, you're connecting to Rav Ashlag. You're creating an angel between you two. So imagine how many angels we have in our life. Think about it. But all those angels is so beautiful, because no matter what is going to happen to the other person, even if it's not going to be from this world, the energy that you created with that person will stay with you forever. And those angels and energies, this is what form us all, yes? That's what helps us to be who we are. That's what helps to our color. And we want to do more of those connections with the right people, the people that inspires us, the people that with which we can do more connections and more elevations and more projects together. Why? That's the special thing of the center, right? That the majority or all of us are doing different things from different type that helps that teaching and that understanding and that consciousness to stay and to grow in this world. By doing this, it glues us, it creating those angels with our teachers, with the righteous, even they are not here, but they exist, their energy, there's no time, space, and motion, there's no future, there's no past. Their energy exists, it lives here and now, thanks to the actions that we do, thanks to every restriction that we do, thanks to every sharing that we do. We are bringing them into life. We are bringing all the miracles and all the energy that they revealed in the world. It becomes alive. It becomes alive. So the best way to connect to the teaching of Rabbi Shimon, actions of sharing, actions of restriction. How can I help this teaching to be more exposed? How can I help one person to elevate himself, to be closer to the light, to want to change, to want to improve his life? It's not with pushing, it's with inspiration, it's with care, really being concerned by the other. That's what we needed to learn 40 years in the desert. How can I do my personal work on myself? There's no one else to accuse. And how can I help another person to be inspired, to grow, to want to change, to move forward? So we have so much work and beautiful work to do this week, but we see that thanks to all this type of work that we're going to do, appreciation and change and work and creating bridges between people, what are we going to do? We're going to awaken all the beautiful blessings and energies that were there since the day, that is here with us since the day of creation. So I wish you a great week. Really be aware of the different events like the new moon, and next week the day of elevation of the Ari, Rabbi Isaac Luria, and on Wednesday the elevation of the day of elevation of Karen Berg, and the 9th day of the month of Av, which is a fasting day. So be aware of all those openings in time, and if you need any help, we are here. I wish you a great week.